I'm Stan Lozinski, and thank you for tuning in today. I first want to say I hope you and your family are safe and well in light of the coronavirus pandemic. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all who are affected by this, especially our frontline healthcare workers, who are the true heroes caring for all the people infected with this disease. I say thank you to all of them for all they do. Today I want to have a conversation with you about the importance of financial planning in light of the coronavirus pandemic. As the majority of Americans are being forced to shelter in place, staying home, working remotely, or on temporary job furlough or layoff, there is no better time than now to review your personal financial goals and objectives in light of this fundamental shift the entire world is experiencing that will impact all of us at some level. How we work, shop for goods and services, interact with family and friends, travel, and just live out our lives will change, and you need to be prepared. As a certified financial planner for the last 25 years, I frequently come across people that have families with young children, own homes and businesses, investments in real estate, have retirement plans, etc., but have not done any planning at all, or whatever plan they have is very out of date. As individuals and families are impacted by the coronavirus with either illness or the tragedy of someone passing away, we are seeing how fragile their personal financial circumstances are. Many people have little or no emergency savings to support themselves during this rough period, relying on unemployment insurance or government subsidies as their only sources of income. As a general rule, we like to see people with at least 3 to 6 months of their regular monthly expenses liquid in cash in the bank as a cushion for these purposes. A money market account would be perfect for this type of savings. CDs would not, because they are not liquid assets and you could get penalized if you would withdraw the money before maturity. Many people do not have healthcare proxies, living wills, or powers of attorney that would allow designated family or friends to step in to help manage their healthcare needs or financial affairs should they become incapacitated or disabled because of an illness or injury. Old wills and trusts that had a purpose many years ago are not relevant for their personal needs and goals going forward. Maybe their children have grown up and now they have grandchildren, or they've sold assets that were previously designated as a bequest to someone. We see beneficiary designations for retirement accounts or life insurance that have not been updated over the years to reflect who they would want to inherit their assets should they pass away. I recently had this situation play out within my family. My brother-in-law tragically passed away last year at the age of 57 due to some medical issues he was having. He was not married or had any children, and he worked at a Long Island hospital where he had a retirement plan and life insurance as part of his benefit package. He never designated anyone as the beneficiary of these assets, so they became part of his estate and went through the probate process, wherein his mother, who was 85 years old and living in a nursing home, inherited the money. This totally threw off her long-term care planning and now made this money subject to IRS taxes and Medicaid claims. That was not a good outcome for these assets. One of the main reasons we hear from people why they haven't addressed these items in their personal financial planning is due to the fact that they just don't have the time and put it off. Work schedules, children's sports, family obligations, travel, etc. are typically the reasons. But given the current state of the world we are living in right now, with people working from home or furloughed, no sports or travel happening, time is something most of us can find at this moment to focus on what's really important for their personal financial well-being. These would be the first basic steps I would recommend everyone to focus on to get your financial house in order. Number one, with the prospect of an extended shutdown in our economy due to the pandemic, many people are concerned with their income and supporting their lifestyle. But as I mentioned, most people don't have enough money saved to support their monthly needs over the next 3 to 6 months. So budgeting is crucial at this time. Take a piece of paper and list all your monthly expenses under one column, and then list in another column your household income net of taxes. This is basically your take-home pay. Your monthly expenses should never exceed your income. If it does, you're spending too much money. and you will be running into debt each month to support your lifestyle, which is not sustainable long term. Go through your expenses and eliminate anything that is not necessary and try to live at or below your means. Apply for any unemployment benefits or government subsidies you are entitled to if you've been laid off or furloughed. This is a short-term solution for the immediate situation, but once all this settles down and you are back to work, try and keep your spending at a minimum. This will allow you to create savings that can be put aside for times like this and avoid living paycheck to paycheck. Next, take inventory of all your assets. Create a list of everything you own of material value, like your home, real estate, cars, bank accounts, investment accounts, IRAs, 401ks, business assets, etc., and list the approximate values for each asset. List whose name the asset is titled under, either individually, jointly with a spouse or child, in trust for, and so on. Next, you should also list any debts like mortgages, loans, and credit cards, identifying which banks they are through and what the terms of the debt payments are, like interest rates, duration of the loans, and so on. Total all the assets up and deduct the loan balance, and you will have your approximate net worth. After that, add to the list any life and disability insurance you have in place with all the policy details. This is now a complete listing of your total assets and liabilities, which should be shared with anyone you would want to manage your affairs if you could not due to an illness, disability, or if you passed away. The next step is to update your existing will and trust package, or get one started. If you have an attorney that you work with already, reach out to them and discuss how you would want your estate handled in the event of both disability and death, and who would ultimately inherit everything. They will ask you for the asset inventory list you just created to discuss how each of these items will be handled. If you don't have an attorney, you can reach out to my office and I can provide you with a list of several we work with for these purposes. But if your estate is relatively simple and you want to handle this on your own, go on your computer and search for online legal services, and numerous options will come up that could work for your needs. In many cases, they have live attorneys that you can speak with to guide you further through the process of creating a will, a trust if needed, living will, healthcare proxy, and powers of attorney. This is the typical package of legal documents most people need. Lastly, review and update your beneficiary info on your existing 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, pensions, and life insurance, and check it every couple of years or whenever you have a change in your life like a divorce, disability, or the death of one of your beneficiaries. Never list your estate as the beneficiary of these assets, as there could be tax benefits your living beneficiaries could utilize to avoid or minimize any potential taxes due. Keep in mind the story I just shared with you about my brother-in-law. Also, keep in mind that when you designate someone as your beneficiary for your retirement plan or life insurance, it supersedes your will designation. So make sure you align all your beneficiary designations between your will, retirement accounts, and life insurance, and understand how the assets will be distributed. To help people through these challenging times and support your efforts to update your financial plan, we are waiving our financial planning consulting fees, and I can schedule with anyone interested in discussing their situation a conference call or video call to review all these items we just discussed and get you on track with a plan for your personal financial success. So please reach out with any questions you have. Thank you, be safe, and all the best to you and your family during these challenging times.